be hunted like animals, but we will not become animals.
It is impossible!
Nothing is impossible! What we all have done is impossible!
Angel character too. I heard rumors of that. I don't know if that was ever true or not. But
No, I didn't hear that rumor.
wow, maybe I
no.
started it then.
That's
We have
Could be.
speed.
So, did you know anything about this story before going into
I
it?
did not know about the Bielskis. No, I feel like it was the missing piece to, you know, I've always been fascinated by World War II, and to have the idea of this story that nobody knows about was almost embarrassing. You know, it's such an extraordinary force of humanity, and to not know about it was, yeah.
Yeah, talk about embarrassing. For me, it was extremely embarrassing because I lived for 4 years with this 90-some-year-old woman, Joshua Gorowski, who told stories of hiding from surviving the Holocaust by hiding in the woods. And you hear that and you think, she hid in the woods, you know? Yeah. And then as the years go on, I started to learn more about story. Then when I see this movie and the visualizations of what that she went through, it's just, it's just horrendous. But as an actor, when you're out there in the woods and you're doing this important story, is it tough not to think about the people that were there before you, the people that actually went through?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's to stand in the earth, so to speak. I mean, it's literally that visceral, where you're standing there and you're surrounded by this amazing, magical, sort of enchanted and eerie forest as well. I mean, it had so many emotions that came with it. But yeah, you can't help but think about, what Vilna was, for example, and, being a safe haven and then being annihilated and 21,000 people get killed like that. I mean, all of those things that you can't help but feel.
I can't imagine that this would have been a big glamorous Hollywood set. I mean, it just...
No, and it was so refreshing because of it, I have to say. It was, in the forest, before the sun came up, and we'd stay till dark, and no trailers, none of that. And it couldn't have been any other way.
Is it easier to bond with your fellow and even extras when you're all in that harsh condition together like that, or?
It happened instantaneously, which I find kind of shocking even still. There's something to be said about doing a film and everyone becomes a family, and you hear that very often. Not like this. And this was something I hadn't experienced and don't expect to again, really.
Well, when like you said, no trailers, no nothing. And so, was there like a rehearsal process, or how did you deal with the scenes and just?
We didn't have much rehearsal. Actually, we got there, and Ed would take time before we'd start shooting the scene, and we'd run it and talk about it if need be. But really, he let us go in a way. Ed has a way of sort of giving you a lot of freedom and empowering you to trust your instincts, which is enormous.
When we all live our lives in our houses or apartments and cars and so forth. Could you even imagine yourself in a situation like this?
No, I couldn't. And I think today's society is not it's not built in the same way. That generation, we're losing a generation that is so incredibly powerful and has lived through everything. And they're cut from a different cloth. It's a totally different reality. I don't know what it would be like. I mean, you can think and intellectualize and kind of imagine. But we don't know.
Yeah, tremendous job. Thank you
so
so much.
much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.